Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. A Senate investigation has revealed a number of issues in the Transportation Network Vehicle Service Industry, or TNVS. There's the skyrocketing surge prices, difficulty booking units, especially with the holidays just around the corner, and rides being canceled by drivers. But that's not the worst. A transportation network company has resorted to charging drivers the discounts for the elderly, persons with disabilities, and even students. With a decrease in profit, drivers are now reportedly avoiding booking discounted passengers. This makes it harder for seniors, PWDs, and students to get a ride. Let's get on point with Mr. Joel Bolano, LTFRB Chief of Technical Division, and Mr. Jun De Leon, President of Laban TNVS. Joel and Jun, thank you for your time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Alice Pinky. Thank you for inviting us, and good evening to all your televiewers.
Jun, thank you also for being here. This is going to be a nice conversation because during that Senate hearing, it was during that Senate hearing that I guess I would say that the senators and maybe the public were even shocked to find out that it was the drivers who actually shoulder the 20% discount given to senior citizens and PWDs by, let's put some facts here, by which transportation company? Sir?
Based on the Senate investigation, the drivers revealed that the 20% discount for the past 6 months for this year was already charged to the drivers.
By Grab.
By TNCs or the Grab.
Yeah, we have to be clear about that because there are other TNVS, yes. No? So it's Grab. To be clear, is it just Grab doing this?
Actually, hindi lang po si Grab ang gumagawa nito. Meron pang ibang transport network company na nagcha-charge ng ipinapatong sa mga drivers ang discount ng PWD, senior citizen, and students. And ang pagkakaalam po talaga namin, dahil nung March nga, nung in-implement ito ng Grab na gawing 20% na i-charge sa mga drivers yung mga discounts, no? Tinutulan namin ito pero walang pumansin. Kaya sa loob-loob namin, baka yun talaga ang batas. No? Kaya hindi na lang namin pinansin. Pero ang epekto...
So nagreklamo na kayo?
Opo, nagreklamo na po
nung
kami.
March?
Yes.
Kanino ho kayo nagreklamo?
Sa LTFRB po, pumunta po tayo sa opisina ni Chairman Guadis at i-review daw po nila. Pero yun nga, abang nire-review po ng LTFRB, dire-diretso na ang pag-charge sa amin ng 20%.
And since when? Since when were you charged the 20%?
March po yung nag-complain po kami, pero before March ay 10% na, tag 10% na kami.
Okay. Oh, sir, what is right, what is legal, and what is supposed to be the case?
Well, based on the LTFRB policy guidelines on the accreditation of the TNCs, may mga terms and conditions na nakalagay doon. And one of which is the discounts that should be provided to the PWD, students, and senior citizen. It should be charged to the TNC.
Apo.
That
yung
was 2015.
kumpanya, para clear.
Yes, that was 2015 when it was created. So, the structure of the fare was provided in 2019. So, before kasi ang TNC, kung natatanda natin yung Uber and Grab at that time, hindi pa siya regulated. They're the one who are setting the fare. But when it was regulated by the Department of Transportation and the LTFRB, may oversight na si LTFRB. That's why in 2019, naglagay na ng structure talaga siya.
Pero it was clear in 2015, sinabi doon sa memorandum na hindi dapat nagbabayad ang driver, hindi dapat shoulder rather ng driver yung 20% discount.
Correct.
So, ibig sabihin, illegal ho ba yung nangyayari na ang sumasalo po ng 20% discount ay mga drivers?
If we will base to that memorandum circular.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there any other circular after that?
Well, none, but the structure was issued in 2019.
Right, but what
Yes.
is in the structure?
The fare, clear naman doon na 20% pa rin ang ibibigay nila. So, ang basis pa rin noon, yung 2015.
So, wala pong
Wala pa nagbago.
nagbago
Wala
mula
nagbago.
noong 2015 na sinabing ang kumpanya ang dapat mag-absorb ng 20%.
Yes.
Kahit na po noong 2019 na nagkaroon po ng
Structure.
The 2015 memorandum stays. And I think that was what Chairman Guadis was saying, that there's a memorandum
Yes,
na ipinagbabawal itong 20%. You guys did not know about that?
Wala po kaming kaalam-alam dyan, pero ang gusto lang po talaga namin, huwag sana sa amin, wag namin ipasan yung 20%. Dahil ang Grab ay 25% na pataas ang kinukuha na sa aming komisyon. Plus idadagdag mo tong 20% na discount. Wala na pong mapupunta sa mga drivers. Kaya masayang-masaya po kami dahil si Chairman Guadis po mismo ang nagsabi sa Senado during the Senate hearing na bago kami magbigay ng prangkisa or accreditation ng mga TNC, maliwanag, sabi ni Chairman Guadis, maliwanag na dapat ang transport network companies ang mag-shoulder ng 20% discount.
At bakit hindi yun ang nangyari? Yun ang tanong. Was this a deliberate attempt?
Well,
to really pass it on to the drivers?
Well, di ba, before, according to the driver, during the Senate hearing, yung pag-charge nung 20% sa mga driver was only happened this year, according to them. So,
March,
meaning to say, before, naka-charge talaga sa, they're following the
I see.
cycle.
Pero before mag
Sige, mag-background tayo.
Before mag 20%, March nag 20%, Sir Joel, yung 10% ang kinukuha naman sa driver before March 2024.
Okay. Pero nagkaroon din ba, June, ng pagkakataon na sila lahat ang sumagot ng 20%?
Yes, nagkaroon din naman
I see.
na pagkakataon.
So, sinunod naman pala itong memorandum in 2015. But when was that shift from that they were absorbing the 20% to the 10% ang TNVS at 10% ang TNC?
Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, 2022. Ayun, 2022 hanggang March 2024. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, hindi ko po matandaan eh.
But because you said you didn't know that there was a memorandum, no? But the TNC, Sir Joel, knew about this.
I suppose, because during the accreditation,
Right.
they are aware of the terms and conditions of their accreditation.
And I suppose also because you both mentioned that during the hearing, Chairman Guadi said that they had informed the TNCs that they should shoulder the 20%. So it still begs the question, why did this happen? Any theory?
Well, actually sa LTFRB, hindi rin alam yan because it's between the driver and the TNC.
Sa part po namin, mga drivers,
Kayo po.
wala na po kaming ibang tatakbuhan kasi na transport network company kung hindi Grab lamang noon. No? Hindi katulad ngayon, marami ng transport network companies na pwede ka na magreklamo ngayon kay Grab. Kung mapapansin nyo po, galing po tayo, may monopolya po ng sa TNVS, monopolyado po ng Grab yung market natin dito.
Yeah.
Pag nagreklamo ka kay Grab, automatic, ibaban ka na niya. Hinuhulugan mo ang sasakyan mo. Pag binan ka na niya, paano na yung sasakyan mo? Paano na hanap buhay mo?
But you know, June, I still can't imagine if this was done intentionally because I'm sure, I'd like to assume, no, that the company and the drivers are trying to help each other out here. No, I still don't understand why the 20% was not followed. The 20% that the TNCs were supposed to shoulder, I don't understand why that was not followed. Wala ho bang binigay, sir, na dahilan ang TNC?
Well, during the hearing, wala naman siyang binigay si TNC. At hindi ko malaman kung mayroon siyang nabanggit. Hindi ko matandaan na Miss Pinky. Si LTFRB kasi, ang role lang kasi namin is to regulate, most especially the fare, na ma-implement siya properly or tama. Whatever agreement between the TNC and the TNVS operator or driver Hindi na
Hindi nyo na po
jurisdiction
saklaw.
po. Hindi na saklaw ni LTFRB yun.
Pero hindi ho ba saklaw nyo pa rin yun kung may memorandum na hindi sila dapat nagbabayad, yung drivers ng 20%?
Once na may nakarating sa amin na complaint, then we will act on it.
But they complained.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that you complained in March to Chairman Guadis?
Yes po, opo.
So that was a complaint, sir.
I don't know if there is a written complaint. It
Was
should be
there a written complaint?
Meron po,
It should be
meron po.
written.
There was
So
a written
I am not aware
Right.
of that,
Yeah.
Ms. P.
But then that is confirmed that talagang nagreklamo ho kayo. Kasi kung March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, it's been 9 months.
Hindi nga po March 2022 may complaint na po na ganyan.
Aha.
Opo, kasi yung 10% nahihirapan na rin po kami.
Baka naman nagkaroon din kayo ng kasunduan
With-
to shoulder with the TNC, to shoulder a part of this discounted rate?
Kung ako po ang kakausapin ng TNC, hindi po ako makikipagkasundo sa ganyan. Dahil alam naman po natin na ang driver ang bumibili ng gasolina, napakataas ng gasolina ngayon, ang commission ng transport network company na Grab ay dati nakakakuha kami ng 17% commission lang. Ngayon, 18, naging 20, naging 21, 22. Nag-skyrocket na siya hanggang 25%. Sa Cebu nga, sabi ng mga TNVS drivers natin doon, ay umaabot pa sa 30%. Tapos, idadagdag mo yung discount ng mga PWD, senior citizen, at student, 50% nang mawawala sa mga drivers. Pero pasintabi po sa mga PWD, senior citizen at mga estudyante natin, gustong-gusto po namin silang serbisyuhan. Kaya lang po, mauuwi po kami sa pagkalugi.
So namimili din talaga kayo?
Talaga pong namimili po kami kapag merong nakita po namin na may discount na 20% dahil napakataas na po ng commission ng transport network company.
It's a good thing you're honest. There has to be something that should be done regarding this because if the drivers are already saying and admitting on national television na talagang pipili sila dahil wala nang halos matitira sa kanila, paano naman po yung mga senior citizens, yung mga persons with disabilities, and even the students?
Correct. I agree. Kaya kapag, as far as the LTFRB is concerned, yung mga passenger natin ng TNVS na naka-experience nung not having that discount for them, open yung office namin para meron kaming basis to show cause yung ating TNC.
But with all due respect, sir, if June was saying that there was a written complaint in March and even prior to that in 2022, and he says that in front of you, sir, there was a complaint. It doesn't seem like that was acted upon. We're going to take a very short break. We'll have more of our discussion with Mr. Joel Bolano and Mr. Jun De Leon. Please stay tuned. This is On Point.
Good morning, everyone!
Wait for the
Join Paulo Del Rosario
Cannot wait to celebrate Christmas with all of you.
and Asis Carillo
Choose joy, spread kindness, and pack your own sunshine.
and Monique Tuzon.
We hope you all have a great day ahead. Let's get the high energy started to make this hump day unforgettable. Only here on It's a Beautiful Day!
Magandang araw, Pilipinas!
Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday lang mo kami dahil to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli, mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga isyu sa ating bansa kung kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Welcome back. You're watching On Point. Still with us, Joel Bolano of the LTFRB and Laban TNVS President Jun De Leon. Sir Joel, what do you plan to do about this?
Well, sabi nga po ng aming chairman during the Senate hearing, we will be sending show cause order to the TNCs. Not only the Grab, but the other TNCs kasi baka they're also practicing yung ganitong not getting the charge for the 20%. So, yun naman yung pronouncement ng LTFRB to the chairman. So, lahat po sila papadalan po ng show cause order.
Sino pa po aside from Grab? Would you know?
Well, kung lahat po yan, we have already 19 accredited.
Lahat padadalhan?
Yes, yes.
Lahat?
Yun po yung plan ni LTFRB.
But that's presupposing that everybody, ganun ba? Is that so that every TNC is letting the drivers shoulder the 20%?
Actually, yung 19 TNCs po, mga bago po ang karamihan dyan. Ngayong taon lang sila sumulpot. So sa tingin ko, para maituwid yung maitama yung mga mali, mas maganda, maipatawag na rin sila. Tapos kung ano man ang pagkukulang nitong Grab na matagal na nandito sa industriya, kung may pagkakamali man sila, dapat parusahan.
But is there any other TNC that is doing this?
Well, we will know that during the hearing. Basically, kasi during the Senate hearing, si Grab lang naman ang nagsabi na mayroong ganong situation. Kaya nga ang plano ng LTFRB para once and for all, tama rin si Jun na para ma-correct kung may i-correct at
Malinaw.
for other TNCs na lalo na yung mga new players
Of course,
namin.
especially if you're saying there's a what, 19?
19. Oo,
19.
19 now.
Yan.
And kayo ba, you're allowed to move from one TNC to another?
Yes, multi-homing po, pwede po. Pwede po yan sa 4 wheels, sa mga TNVS.
Okay. So ipapatawag po. Kailan ho kaya, Sir Joel?
Actually, after the hearing, ano ba na yun? Thursday na, nag-start
Right.
na. Siguro, by, baka bukas nag-prepare na ng host yung ating legal. So, hindi ko lang alam kung anong date yung kanilang hearing para doon sa Shokos.
But obviously, this still requires an investigation, di
Yes,
ba? To be
yes.
fair to the TNC also.
Yes.
And to get answers from the TNC. Well, number one, if this is true, and if true, bakit ka natatawa?
Kasi Ma'am Pinky, ba't kailangan pa ng investigasyon? Doon mismo sa Senate hearing, inamin naman nila eh.
But I guess,
Ano pa bang iimbestigahan
iba pa
natin
rin,
dito?
there's still a formal
yeah.
investigation
Okay.
always, kahit naman siguro.
Yes.
Oo.
Doon naman, kaya nga, if you will notice, si Chairman Guaris, automatic, sinabi niya na, dahil sinabi nga ni Grab, mag-i-issue agad ng notice or Shokos order ng LTFRB just to clarify kung tama ba yung sinabi niya. Para at least, it is a due process for them.
But there also must be a way to be able to air complaints with the LTFRB and the LTFRB addressing the complaints of the drivers.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, historically, may mga penalty nang in-impose si LTFRB sa TNC. So, ibig sabihin, ina-actionan. In fact, mayroon pa kaming complaint na hiniringan din last year na anytime it will be coming out for the resolution, para makita natin na talagang LTFRB is also serious in addressing the complaint.
You talked about price structuring, sir, in 2019. June, are there other issues that the LTFRB needs to address?
Sa tingin ko po yung pag-regulate dapat sa commissions ng mga transport network companies. Dahil kung ano po ang gusto ng transport network companies, na naginip ang presidente niyan, ang mga executive ng transport network companies, na itaas natin bukas ang commissions na kukunin natin, bigla na lang magtataas ang commissions.
Let me ask you that, Sir Joel. Nung may price structuring ng 2019, hindi ho ba dapat nakasama or hindi ho ba rather kasama yung commissions that will be imposed on the drivers?
Alam mo, Ms. Pinky, sa LTFRB, ang mandate lang namin is to regulate the fare.
Okay.
Pagdating doon sa agreement between the TNC and the TNVS, talagang hindi na siya saklaw ng mandato ng LTFRB.
I see. So you can't do anything
Yes,
about
yes,
it.
yes.
When you say regulate the fares, ibig sabihin, kayo lang ang bahala sa per kilometer and per succeeding
Yes.
kilometer and yung base, tsaka
Yes.
yung, isa pa to, yung price surge.
Surge,
Yan.
right.
I see. So, your hands are tied, I guess, pagdating sa commission. Then you choose the best company, I guess.
Oo,
diba?
kaya lang, ngayon lang po nagkaroon ng kalaban yan eh.
Apo.
Oo, kaya ngayon, makakapagsalita na rin ang mga Grab drivers ng maluwag dahil kahit i-ban sila ngayon sa Grab, pwede silang lumipat sa iba.
But you know, I still have, I'd like to understand still the position of Grab. regarding this. No, there was something I read about it that I think at some point parang ibinigay ata. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But there was a little bit of an adjustment because it was during COVID. There was talk of something like that. Can you shed light on this? On the 20% na baka kinuha nila or they shouldered it because they were trying to help the drivers. It was during the pandemic. Ganun ba yun?
Wala pong bumiyahe na
Hindi,
nung
nung
pandemic.
medyo nagkaroon na po ng easing of restrictions after the pandemic rather.
Wala rin po. At mas lumaki pa po yung commissions. Nagbawi sila sa mga nalugi nila during pandemic times.
Okay.
Hanggang sa pinasok na nga ni Grab yung lending eh. Pinautang yung mga driver, ginawa nilang ayuda at napakataas ng interest ang ipinatong nila. Kaya nagkalubog-lubog yung mga drivers sa utang.
What other issues need to be discussed here? Because if you ask the riding public, ang problema naman ng riding public, itong surge, kanino ho ba napupunta yung pera sa surge pricing, pagtaas po ng...
Siguro si Jun nasagot.
But that's part of the price adjustment. Okay.
That's part of the structure.
The structure, sige.
Kung kanino napupunta yan, it's now again between the...
Yes.
I see. So, ganun na ulit.
Correct,
So,
correct.
you make the structure and then
Yes.
they have their own internal...
For agreement. For
I
as long as the TNVS and the TNC implement the correct fare
Correct.
structure, hindi na, hanggang doon lang si LTFRB.
I see.
So, whatever kung saan naman napupunta yon, it is now between the TNVS.
Okay.
Ako, Sir Joel, gustong-gusto kong sagutin yan dahil narinig ko yan during Senate hearing na ang sinabi ng Grab ay 80% napupunta sa driver and then 20% lang ang napupunta sa kanila at ini-invest nila ito as incentive ng mga drivers. Gusto kong pabulaanan yan. Mali po ang sinabi ng Grab during the committee hearing dahil ang surge price, kukumpute lahat, pati pamasahe, doon maghahati po. Hati po kasama ang Grab sa surge fee na sinisingil sa mga pasahero.
Give us an example.
100 pesos. Okay. Ang maximum surge natin is times 2. Okay, magiging 200 siya.
Okay.
Yes. So 200 pesos, 25% kay Grab mapupunta. So ang sinabi nila doon, 80%, 20% lang ang kinukuha nila sa surge. Pero mali. Buo po. Kasama sila sa commission ng surge. Yan. So pag 200 pesos, minus 25, minus 50. So walang 80-20 na hatian. Kung hindi, 50-50 ang hatian.
Is there who aligned ang TNVS at ang TNC and maybe the LTFRB regarding this? Because you're saying one thing and the TNC was saying another thing in front of senators. Parang ang hirap po ata magsinungaling or hindi magkaintindihan na lang ang
Totoo po
gagamitin kong salita.
Kasi napakasinungaling talaga nila eh. Oo, napakasinungaling. Pasensya na po. Talaga pong iba yung sinasabi ng Grab sa nangyayari sa tunay na buhay.
Is this something that you need to look into, sir, the LTFRB?
Well, that's why, Ms. Pinky, kaya nga yung board decided to issue the show cause. Kasi mas maganda kung they meet in a neutral forum na yung hearing mismo. Para doon ma-clarify everything.
But you have both sides, the
Yeah.
TNC and the TNVS, or
Basically,
sila Jun will be there.
May mga notices naman po yun.
And what are the topics that will be discussed?
Well, one of which, yung pinaka-agenda niyan is yung
20%.
20%. Doon
Okay.
muna siya mag-start kasi yun yung talaga yung naging issue during the hearing.
Yeah.
So yun muna ang magiging reason why we had to issue show cause order to these TNCs.
And then what else? Palagay po ninyo after the 20%?
Well, baka mag-desista rin din yung surge pricing, but sabi ko, baka ma-preempt na kasi may ongoing na investigation sa hearing si board and a resolution is now pending for issuance. So, baka sila sa fair structure o baka ibigay din nila yung mga issues nila sa board.
Meron ba kayong hihilingin with this hearing? Is it going to be called a hearing?
hearing.
It's a hearing,
Kasi
yeah?
po, nung nagpatawag ng hearing, to slash yung surge Yun yung gustong mangyari. Siyempre, pag narinig ng driver yan, babawasan pa yung surge fee. Konti na nga ang kinikita natin sa atin lahat ng discount. Babawasan pa yung surge fee, ang taas ng gasolina, ang traffic. tapos mawawala, may slash pa yung surge fee. Pero nakikita ko sa ngayon, nung pagkatapos ng hearing na yon, pwedeng i-slash ang surge fee. Pero dapat tanggalin yung surge na nakinukuha ng TNC. Pero ibigay na lang ito sa driver dahil hindi naman nagagasolina ang transport network
I
companies.
see. So papayag kayong i-slash ang surge kung yung surge fee ay lahat mapupunta, tama ba?
Sa drivers.
Sa mga drivers.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take another short break. Stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. I'm Pinky Webb. You're still watching On Point. Still with us, Mr. Joel Bolano, Chief of the LTFRB's Technical Division, and Laban TNVS President Jun De Leon. So what are the possible sanctions if it is discovered that, number one, it is wrong, based on the memorandum issued in 2015 that the 20% should be shouldered by the TNC, sir?
Well, as far as the LTFRB is concerned, sa violation na if you're not granting a 20% discount sa isang passenger, ang circular namin, or yung tatawag namin na schedule of fees and charges namin is 5,000 ang first offense per violation. So kung ilang violation yan, yung multiply mo siya sa 5,000.
What do you mean ilang violation?
Ibig sabihin kung ilan ang
Ilang
complainant,
booking.
ilang complainant,
ganun?
parang gano'n ang mangyayari doon.
I see. Hindi per rule that was broken.
Kasi andun sa policy guidelines natin and in terms of lalo yung sa joint administrative order namin, yung joint administrative order namin for
Yeah.
the fees and charges namin sa violation. Per violation talagang doon, ang 5,000. Kung
Okay.
halimbawa, iba-iba kasi, no? Kung marami nag-file ng complaint, kung ilan yung
So
complainant,
times 5,000.
5,000
I see.
offense.
How many do you think will file a complaint? Because if that 5,000, kanino po mapupunta yung 5,000, by the way?
Sa government.
Okay, he's a driver.
Sa government.
Okay, how many drivers do you think are going to be filing a complaint?
Sigurado po, para makuha nila ang refund nila, dapat lahat ng TNVS driver mag-complain. At papaano naman yung mga hindi na nagda-drive ngayon na binawasan nila noon?
How is that? Is it possible for them to get a refund if of course, hypothetically, it is found out that nagkamali po si TNC at sa kanila po napunta sila po nagbayad ng TNVS, yung mga drivers po nagbayad ng 20%. Is it possible to get a refund?
Siguro, hindi ko pwedeng preempt yung decision ng board. I can't say...
No, but it's just a hypothetical question.
Well, kung...
is there such a thing?
If they violated dun sa nila, siyempre, they have to. Kasi kung yung 20% supposed to be to the driver, at sinacharge sa kanila pala instead
Opo.
of the driver. Kasi yun, between sa kanila, kailangan makita muna yung evidences doon siguro.
Yeah.
Then the board will decide on that.
Yeah, hirap nun paano yun? Meron ba kayong mga bibigay pang ebidensya?
Kaya nga po, kasama sa petition namin na ilabas yung transparency, yung accounting niyan. Napakarami pong mga...
By the TNC is
Yes.
basically what you're saying. Is that something that the LTFRB can ask the TNC? The accounting?
Yes.
Yeah?
Not necessarily the accounting, but yung numbers siguro if we will go into the investigation. Yes, we can pag may investigation naman.
And because of that hearing, what is the situation now with regards to the 20% discount? Are the drivers still shouldering this?
Yes, at sa tingin ko hanggang ngayon.
Hanggang ngayon?
Oo, hindi nila inihinto eh.
Sa tingin mo o sigurado ka?
Sigurado po ako. Ngayon lang, may nagsabi sa akin, dire-diretso pa rin. Tumatanggap pa rin sila.
Kasi yung LTFRB hindi pa nagbibigay ng show cause. And when do you think the show cause will be issued, Sir Joel?
Hopefully, it will be issued tomorrow or the latest siguro by Monday.
And the hearing could happen when?
Because of the season, di ko masabi, Miss Pinky, no?
Baka next year pa?
Baka next year pa. Pero hopefully, kung may set pa before the end of the year, better. Pero I doubt kung may set pa because may mga other hearings din kami before that.
Prior to that. All right. Maraming salamat po to Mr. Bolano and Mr. Jun De Leon. Thank you both for your time. And we also invited Grab to our discussion tonight. So, of course, they can share their side of the story, but they declined to give a statement at this time. We hope to get them. And that's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.